Now, we welcome Syracuse Orange starting QB Kyle McCord. Thanks to Davidson Ford of Clay, Davidson Chevy of Rome, and Auburn Community Hospital on TK99 and TK105, the flagship station of SU football.
Yes, indeed. Let's check in with starting quarterback Kyle McCord. How you guys doing?
Yeah, so we had a community service day. I forget what day of the week exactly it was. But one of the afternoons, we went out as a team, kind of all split up. Some of the guys went to different streets and just picked up trash and stuff like that, cleaned up the streets. And then other guys went to the Salvation Army and other organizations. So it was really good to kind of get out in the community and see some of the fans. That was really cool, take pictures. So it was a good time.
Are you starting to get that around town? Not just noticed, obviously, because you've been on television a lot and people, a lot of eyes on you. You're starting to get that when you're walking around, if you go to a store or out and about somewhere?
Yeah, a little more now than before, obviously. I think just being on TV and playing and getting in front of the people, I think they're starting to notice me a little bit more.
And are you on social media, or do you do any of that? I mean, some guys do and some don't. Or you do follow that, and do you see like some of the comments, some of the silly ones maybe that people put on there?
I try to stay off it as much as possible, but I do go on it every now and then. And I think the support that not only myself but the entire team has been getting has been really positive, motivational too. You know, we love seeing the community behind us supporting us. So it's been great.
Now that you've had a week to, I'm sure, watch the game film from the win over Georgia Tech and a chance to digest that, what did you see and what did you and Coach Fran and the guys talk about after that win? What are the things that you worked on here in the bye week?
I think the biggest thing for us was just finishing that game off. We had them, I think, with 9 minutes left to play, up 17, 31-14. And I think we just have to do a better job of just slamming the door shut and closing them out. And I think that we let them get back in the game, but on both sides of the ball, we made enough plays to win down there at the end of the game. But like I said, I think if we could just close them out early on, that would be ideal.
And how about from your end offensively? And yet, obviously, a game, an efficient game. But what did you see when you break down with the quarterback coach and you're in the film room? What are they pointing out to you and that you're going to be focused on?
Mm-hmm. I think just little things. Some of the reads I could have been better on against Georgia Tech, and then some of the underneath throws. I missed LeQuint twice, missed Dan Villari, and then I gave him a bad ball. I made a good catch on one of them. So I think just those underneath throws, giving guys an opportunity to catch and run with the ball, I think would take the offense to the next level.
Now with the bye week, it seems like longer ago. It was only a week and a half or so ago. But did you have a chance to see Dwight Freeney and any of that the ceremony of having his jersey raised up into the building?
He came and he talked to the team before the game, right before we were about to go over for the quad walk. So that was pretty cool to hear from a Hall of Famer, a guy who's been in all of our shoes playing in the Dome. So hearing from a guy like that was pretty sweet before the game. He had a really good message too.
What was it, if you don't mind me asking?
I think it was the biggest thing was just carrying over the tradition. Obviously, when he played, that's when Syracuse was, at its peak. And I think now everything that we're doing, Coach Fran kind of preached the same messages that we're trying to get back to that. Putting a lot of guys in the NFL and winning a lot of games. So I think this is really the moment in time where we're trying to take that next step and get back to what it once was, like when Dwight Freeney was playing here.
Now, Friday night game this week with Stanford coming in, first time meeting between the two. And when you guys are scouting Stanford and you've watched the tape and the coach has broken down what he's seeing, what are you looking at when you look at the tape at Stanford?
Yeah, I think just like us, I've only played 2 games, so not a huge sample size. But they got in a really close game with a really good TCU team. I think they're talented on both sides of the ball. Their defense, they have a lot of veteran guys who have played a lot of football, obviously well coached and a tough team. So I think you go back and you watch that TCU game, it really could have gone either way. And then you go and watch week 2 against Sacramento State. They made a really good step in the right direction. So we know they're going to come ready to play, coming off a bye week as well, and we're going to have our hands full.
And the first time meeting not only of the two schools, and Friday night, by the way, is the 44th anniversary of the opening of the Dome. It opened on September 20th of 1980, but also the first time meeting between the mascots of an orange and a tree.
Yeah.
That's a big deal in the mascot
cool.
world.
Yeah. No, I remember. I think it was like NCAA 14 growing up, playing the mascot battle. Those were like the two best teams to use. You got Otto and then their tree going after it. So it'd be cool to see it in real life.
Last but not least, in the past week, Kyle, we've had the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants on with us and Post Malone. So how old are you?
I'm 21, about to be 22.
Of those two, which of those two is the bigger deal?
Probably Post Malone.
That's pretty big.
I mean, SpongeBob growing up, I mean, if you asked me that question 10 years ago, definitely SpongeBob, but I guess recently Post Malone.
Kyle, always great to chat, and best of luck this Friday night. And go Orange and catch the action here on TK99 and TK105. Stay well. We'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Folks, that's starting quarterback Kyle McCord.